Hi everybody, it's Jenny from the Missouri Quilt Company, and it is Tuesday Newsday. And just so you know, the weather is incredible outside. It's like low 80s, so it's just absolutely perfect to come and visit Hamilton. I hope it's lovely where you are. I mean, it's just gorgeous. And one of the reasons I know this is because last weekend we had the airing of the quilts here in Hamilton. A lot of the quilts were in the churches. I had quilts outside my studio on my house. A lot of houses put some quilts on theirs. But this event is put on by the museum, and they had loads of quilts out in front. And of course, lots going on inside as well. And it was wonderful. And so Cherry and I got in the golf cart and we drove all around to see all the quilts. And it was very fun. There weren't as many outside as I would have liked, but here's the numbers. Last year we had 800. This year we had 900 quilts hanging in Hamilton. And that's awesome to know about, right? I mean, that's really cool. So that's a lot of quilts, a lot of fun stuff going on this past weekend. And I hope if you got a chance, you were able to come. We also had my favorite day of the year, which is the tractor parade day. We all gather out on the curb and sit on our quilts and on lawn chairs and watch the old antique tractors drive by. And one of my favorite things is, the tractors are all different. They're all different sizes and shapes and years old. But the best part about it is the guy who's sitting in the driver's seat. The look of pride that's on his face almost brings me to tears every year. This is their life. This is their machine. This is what they're proud of. And they had some little kids driving this year, which, if you live on a farm, you learn to drive a tractor pretty early. And it's just sweet to see. So I just love that parade. I love that time of year. I'm so glad I got to see it one more time. It just filled me up. Just really filled me up. All right, so tomorrow starts the Doan Girls retreats here in Hamilton, and we've got a big full-on retreat happening, and that will be, that's just going to be awesome. We love the Doan Girls retreats. We love seeing everybody. There's a large group in this one of return offenders, as they say. No repeaters, no retreaters is what I meant to say. Return retreaters. Anyway, all those things actually work. But they are return retreaters, and we're excited to see them and get to know our new ones as well. Also, then we have Birthday Bash coming up. Actually, wait, before Birthday Bash, we have Garden of Quilts in Utah. And Garden of Quilts is the largest outdoor quilt show in the world. It's put on by Riley Blake, and it's at the Lehigh Thanksgiving Point garden. And they have 65 acres of fabulous flowers that are all blooming. It's gorgeous. They have a rose garden, a secret garden, a children's garden. I mean, Italian gardens, anything you can think of. They have a garden, and then in amongst all that beautiful flora and fauna is quilts that are hanging, and I love it. It's probably one of my favorite events. I couldn't give it up, even though Birthday Bash is the very next week. I cannot give that up. I love it. So that's the second week in September, and I'll be there, hopefully, if you get a chance. Natalie, Misty, and I are teaching 3 classes, and then on Saturday we have a Q&A. I have a book signing somewhere, but I don't know where, and it's probably at the garden, but it might not be. So that will be, if you go on their site, Garden of Quilts, you'll be able to find all this information in a much clearer fashion than I am presenting it. All right, so then we are up to Birthday Bash, and Birthday Bash is going to be super fun this year. So it's 50s theme, which you've heard me say. You've seen my dresses I'm working on for it. Actually, the dress I have on today, I bought when I was in England, and I think it would be perfect for it too. Look how cute this is. Can they see this, Annie? Look how cute this dress is with its quilt blocks.
So cute.
I think it's adorable, and I probably have too many dresses now for Birthday Bash, but we'll see. We'll see what gets worn, and which one I pick to wear that day. And so one of the things that we're trying to do, so a lot of quilters have husbands who like cars. And we are trying to have our first ever classic car show along with our Birthday Bash celebration. And so if you have a classic car that you can bring or drive up in, we would love to get a few more cars. We're not having as many as we want, I mean, we've got a good few, but we'd like to have more. So if you know someone who has a classic car that would love to be involved and love to come to Birthday Bash, Ron's going to be one of the judges, and so first place is $500. That is Quilts fabric spending money right there. So bring your classic car, be in our show. Maybe you'll win the prize, and you'll have, a nice big spending spree happening. Anyway, so that all brings me to my tutorial this Friday is all about my irons and that. So I have these 3 little irons right here. I'm going to bring them into the picture so you can see them. And I made a quilt just out of this line. This is a crimper, by the way. My great aunts were crimpers. This is a propane tank. They use for this propane tank. And this one, you literally just set on the stove and let it heat up. There are some where they have the button, you can remove the handle and you can heat the inside, so you never have to stop ironing. But I have a large collection of irons, and my friend was here, Janet Recker-Fresh was here one day, and she saw those irons and she's like, I think this is a fabric line. So let me show you the quilt I put together, and then I'm gonna bring her in because there is so much more. Actually, Janet, if you want to come in here and help me hold this. This is Janet Recker-Fresh, everybody.
Hello.
And she is a fabric designer. This is my quilt. It's called Pressing Patchwork. This is our Friday tutorial this week. And so she has a panel that has all of these beautiful little irons on. And I bordered them so that they would fit with this darling line of fabric that comes with it. This border out here, this is plugs and cords, and it's so cute. It makes this striped border, and of course there's a cute little red piece in it that I used for the binding, but there is so much more to this line. So Janet, welcome to Tuesday Newsday, and come show us. Scoot that chair up here.
To be here. Such an honor,
So
privilege to be back.
This is Janet Wecker-Fresh, and she,
Hi,
do I say that all
everybody.
right? Is it fresh or frish?
Wecker-Frish.
Wecker-Frish.
I know. It's a
So
tongue
my
twister.
last name was Fish, my maiden name, so it should be.
Pretty close.
It's pretty close.
It's
We're
just
probably
the same
related,
with an R.
right?
It's true. We do have a lot of things in common.
We do have a lot of things in common. Yeah, no, I love that. So this is the line, and it is called Press On. And this is actually her name, isn't it? Press On, isn't this?
Yes.
This
yes.
is her name, Press On. Well, you have
And it's the fabric line from Riley Blake Designs.
right.
And
She's going to say all the right things now because
Well.
I tend to just like move through.
well,
So-
so yes, so Riley Blake Designs, it's mostly your irons, but Cindy she's partial
gosh,
to
yeah.
those She Who Sews girls, like the calendars.
Yeah.
And so she did have me do a large patch panel with the girls.
So
But they're
Janet
all
actually
iron.
does a calendar every year called She Who Sews, and it is this type of artwork, and these are the girls. Are they not so cute? Annie, can you pan this so they can see all these girls? Janet uses the old advertisements and words and things like that and puts them all together as art. She's amazingly talented. But I love some of their, these are not, your average model women. These are your
Correct.
normal everyday
Two
women.
of these are vintage illustration, but the rest I did paint
Nice.
the girls. And in amongst all the advertising, I like to slip in scripture
Yep.
wherever I can.
A little bit of love right there. I love that. And so this is a panel that's available.
That's a large patch panel.
And let's show the quilt with press on in the middle
Okay.
because she's a free design. Can you get her on? You can get this quilt design on Riley Blake. Is that right?
Yes. Well, actually, was I mistaken?
Let's
I
see.
think they did end up putting that in a kit. One of
Oh,
the
okay. Oh,
keepsake
yeah. Okay. So
boxes.
this is a kit, and it's just the panel, and it's bordered twice. But again, I love the cords and the plugs on the border. Really fun. Look at her. You see these are shoe lasts. You see those at the antique store.
And the ironing board
And
is
my old
mom's.
irons. Oh, cute.
Your irons.
The old
And
ironing
everybody
board.
can relate to the irons.
Yep. All right, so then we have one more quilt to show you, and then we're going to sit down and look at this thing. So this is really fun because this is also a panel.
This is the large patch panel.
And she's
With-
used the girls.
With piece blocks, and is that
A churn dash.
Churn,
Yep, this is a
Churn
churn dash.
yes.
And it also
And
has
then the
little
5-inch.
buttons. So it looks
Yep.
like it's polka dot, but they're tiny little buttons. Tiny little irons on this piece. I love the details on all this fabric, Janet, as I was going through it.
Thank you.
Love the
Yes,
details.
I do too. I love adding detail. And it's bordered with 5-inch stacker.
And I love the words. I love words, and I love to see all the words on here. So this is just a charm pack, right?
Yes.
5-inch stacker, sorry,
I know, I
charm
think we
pack
both
stacker.
like text.
Yes, we love text. All right, so now, let me show you my this is my block right here. So basically you get this panel right here, and then you cut these up. And what was one of the things that was fascinating to me about this, so here's the panel. Wait, let me open it up. This is the panel, and you're gonna cut these up on the dotted lines. And then I added this little border to make them pop. And then this is a layer cake that I just cut into 2.5-inch strips, and then made 4 patches that I stacked together. Actually, I made a strip of 5. I sewed 5 together and cut them so they're what do they call that piece? I'll think of it in a minute. You all know it, and you're all saying it. So then I also wanted to show you right here. This is some of my old children's sewing machines. And the pattern is for you to trace these and put these, trace them out of the fabric. And so she also has one for irons. Look how cute this is. Look at these fabrics.
Yeah, they're fused applique.
It's just, fused, and it's just sewn around. This one right here it just has that little, it's hard to see. Blanket stitch. It's hard to see on this light color. But can you see right there the little blanket stitch? So it's ironed on, and then they just sew it down, and it's just as cute as can be. And obviously these are 10-inch squares. Well, I think they are.
They could be 9.5.
Just a layer cake. Let's look at it. They are 10.5.
Oh, they could be 10.5.
Yeah. So anyway, so you'll cut your pieces out of yardage. You can press them and iron them on.
That's from Riley Blake.
Yes. So there's.
I think one of those is free. The sewing machines is not.
So the sewing machines, and then let's see. The irons are. I think it's back here on this page, right here.
Is also not.
So look at this pattern though. Look at all. So this is a great place to showcase this line of fabric with the irons, because you can see all the different irons in there, all the different fabrics, that you make the irons out of. And they're just an iron-on. It's an iron-on. You're gonna sew around them, and then you can, make your little borders or your little sashings however you want.
It's the large patch panel that's the free pattern.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I have to just look at all of them. All right, so what I want to do is I kind of want to go through this. Let me move these out of the way a little bit. What I really love about these is that you actually got the colors so right on the irons that are on the panel.
Yeah, your collection is so much larger than what we even did on the 36-inch patch. You have, I don't know. Do you know how many?
I don't actually know how many. No, a lot. Probably hundreds. Probably a lot.
Anyway, they're just little pieces
That's
of art.
right. They are. So you could do like 50 lines on this.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
All right, so let's look through here a little bit. So should I just turn this around, Annie, so that we can? And this is what it looks like when we get, what do they call this?
Storyboard.
A storyboard.
Riley Blake Designs does storyboards showing the shops, all the pieces, all the different SKUs.
All the fabrics, all the patterns that have been done. And then this is the back of my quilt. This is a backing, it's a 108. And I love all the tossed irons. I have it on this one right here.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, so here's how it looks on the back of this.
That's really cute backing. Oh, I love
Isn't it adorable?
Yes.
And it's just so fun.
And the text behind, I believe, is clothing care.
Oh, fun.
Look at all those irons.
Isn't that so
I've
fun?
seen those on your wall.
Yeah, you've seen those. And then she often does a
Patent.
I
This
can't think.
one is
I can't think of my words.
This
today.
one is a patent irons, and I think because I'm
A blueprint. I want to say blueprint.
I know
Is that right?
it looks like a blueprint, but they're actual patents for the
Oh,
different.
cool.
There's ironing board on this one, wash machine,
Uh-huh.
and an can't think of what the other one is. But then there's also another SKU.
Here, let's look over here. All
I'm
right.
kind of like you with your words, only my thoughts of these
Well-
lines, they all get mixed together.
Well, and people like us, when we have a lot going on, our brains are running at such a rate. Sometimes the words
Multitasking.
can't keep up.
Multitasking,
Yeah.
it's just,
So take a look at, these are the actual fabrics in the line. Like if you were to buy the layer cake, these are the fabrics you'd get.
This one is so
And
cute.
I know the little girl's ironing is so adorable. And then there's the irons, and then just the plaid and a dot. The words again. I'm gonna switch the page here. There's more. So these are trivets that you set your irons on.
and those are yours too, Jenny, I believe.
Oh yeah, and we've got hangers. And then of course this wonderful, I said to Janet, if you could make something with a stripe that we could use on the binding.
Oh, that's right.
But
We
then I loved it
collaborated on
so
this.
much. Yeah. Yeah, this was one of the things that was interesting was when you collaborate with an artist, they're not quilters. And so I was like, if you have 22 irons on a panel, it doesn't work because you can't use them all. It has to be a number that you can use, to make patches out of. And so she's like, my gosh, that was so
It
helpful.
was very helpful because I haven't made a 36-inch panel in a long time, years.
Yeah.
And you suggested that, and we did.
Yeah, and
it
I think
worked
the iron
great.
one is 20, and so it's 4 by 5, which is a great size quilt, but it means you can use all the patches.
Mhm.
And,
Yes.
and so it's just fun. So this is also a backing, right? Or just yardage?
It's tossed
Okay.
tossed irons.
And then more patent sheets and more enlargements of those.
That was the other patent I couldn't remember. One is just irons.
This is a panel, I think, maybe. It says pressed patents
Yes, it
panels.
is. Mhm.
And then here's the girls.
Large patch panel.
I love these old faces though. I love them. And then here is the irons. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 20 irons. And look at this one right here. Look at this.
Yeah, there it
Look
is.
how close that is. How
Wow.
cool is that? Very cool to me for sure. And then we have Miss Press on right here. And she is the queen of the press on fabric.
And if I could just say thank you very much, Jenny,
Oh, you're so
for
welcome.
allowing me to come into your studio, because that's what it was. It was pre-COVID, and I didn't know you very well at the time.
Yeah.
You and Ron were sitting in the studio. You were sewing campers, whatever was
Yeah.
going on at that time.
I
not
probably just
2019.
bought a camper, and so I was making all the camper things to put in the camper quilt, or the camper, because you have to have quilts.
And you two just let me come in and photograph all your irons,
Yeah.
and I just couldn't take my eyes off of them. They're just so unique, and
They are really
it's
fun.
quite a collection.
Well, that
And-
collection started because when I would go teach,
Mhm.
I would go there and come back, and I didn't take time to really see anything because I'm not a great adventurer. I'm great with if somebody says, oh, you should go here, here, and here, but I don't
Mhm.
know what I don't know. So I decided that I would collect something, and it would be antique
wow.
because I love antiques, and that in collecting that, to go to an antique store, you go to the best part of town or the worst part of town, but you go somewhere.
Yeah, yes.
And so I would always go and I would find this little iron. Well, I mostly just taught locally, but when I started teaching further away and flying, I discovered very quickly, you cannot carry these on. They are a weapon.
That's right.
They are heavy to mail, but worth it. And so usually I put them in my suitcase and then carried on something from my suitcase that would equal out the weight. But I very quickly, I used to tag them where I got them, and then I lost track. If you
Yeah,
stop
you
doing
had-
that for a second, you don't remember.
You had many
And
that were tagged.
Yeah, and so it's been a
Adds to
really
the
fun
interest.
collection to me. Yeah,
It's very fun.
yeah, really fun.
Very fun.
All right, well, gosh, do we have anything else to show or that we want to talk about? Because I feel like,
Well, since it's Tuesday Newsdays, and you were asking me about my little place,
oh yeah,
may
yeah,
I mention
yeah.
that?
Oh yeah, let's talk about
So, you know,
that. She has
you're going on a major mission,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I just entered mine. But I'm only going as far as the next town over. But I purchased a building, and it's just for my office, and houses the fabric that
Right.
I have. I have an online shop that I sell a good 2 years after the quilt shops. But it's my artist sample collection, so it grew. It grew. I had to take it out of the house.
Yes.
So
I
I
have
have
that same
this,
problem.
1916 old house,
Oh, I love it.
and I have been thinking about Hamilton all the while we were refurbishing.
Right.
It's just a tiny little house.
Well, what are you going
A
to do in
tiny little Hamilton of my own.
there? There you go, a tiny little piece of it.
But you know, just in the small, well, we did start opening hours, just 3 hours a day for Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
And you'll sell from there.
I won't sell from there. I'll keep it as an online shop. I will have workshops there. So we started having workshops quarterly. And in the short month I've been there, I see what you have been doing the whole
It's
16
life
years.
changes. It's life
People
changing.
come by,
Yeah.
and you meet new people, and they have a story, and
And
it's
you
just
share
been
your art.
it's just been incredible.
Oh, it's incredible.
So I think God will let me know what it's gonna become, but I don't know right
And like ours, it's probably always in a
Transition.
A transition, yeah.
Yeah.
But I love, so Janet also does junk journaling, which she got me into. And that is a
We love that.
I love
We have a
that.
lot of junk.
So last year, I don't know if you remember this, but she did the big journal covers and the Bible covers and the farm
In October,
covers.
I think we
And
did.
I don't even
Art
know.
journal.
Art, because it was
Yeah.
called Art Journal. And I
And
don't know if we have any.
I think you do have the covers. You're one of the rare few shops that still have those covers.
And literally, you know, she shows you how to make them into covers of books and make it look like a book. But when you look at it, you would swear it was the original journal.
Yes.
Like you would swear it's an
Riley
old,
Blake
old journal.
redid those panels or those books, those journals, old journals, antique journals.
And these are from your
They look-
farm. Weren't they some of them from your old farm? Or just ones you collected?
I purchased one online that was an old grocer's ledger, and then my daughter found one at her workplace that they were cleaning out closets.
How cool is that? Yeah.
And so, so anyway, yeah, those are still one of my favorite things to do.
And basically, it's scrapbooking on steroids.
And you can use them for anything.
Anything.
People put zippers on them and
make
make
bags
a zipper
and
bag.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so cool. Anyway, so what new lines do you have coming out? Let's talk about those.
Oh, so my new line's coming out. We have Pumpkin Patch, which you have here because I saw it over in the
Yes,
store.
we do.
We have Old School, and you also have that.
The
over
old
there,
school is
too.
really fun because it's got like cursive sheets and things.
It's very fun. And I've posted some projects on there on my Instagram.
What is your Instagram?
My Instagram is at jweckerfrisch,
and it's WECKERFRISCH.
You got it. Yes.
Awesome. And he'll put a link to that on there, and then people can go over there and look at your
because
your artwork.
I did a little bit of everything in these last few days, and I have press on today. I think I have press on today. So
It's very cool.
it's very fun. It's very fun.
She's here to do. Also, you're going to do while you're here some demos or something, aren't you? In the shop.
And I have all three of those lines over, or you guys have them over there. But I brought quilts for all of those. The pumpkin patch is, well, I just love them all.
Every
I
line,
love the
yeah.
old school, and I love the pumpkin patch.
Well,
and
and the
I love
pumpkin
irons.
art, because we did some junk journaling using some of those pumpkins, and the old cartoon Halloween things are so.
Oh yeah, yes.
Some of them are a
Yes.
little terrifying.
Yeah.
But they're mostly fun.
There's some creepy little seed packets in this pumpkin patch, but it all fits together.
It all works. It all
Yes.
goes. Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Seedy
really cool.
characters.
Seedy characters. Yeah, I like that.
love that.
Yeah.
as I'm creating those, I do, and you do the same thing. We crack ourselves up.
We do.
We're clever.
Yeah.
You're clever.
I mean, we try hard for sure. Naming things is hard though, but it is funny. It is a fun thing to do.
When we first started to think about this press on line, you came off the top of your head with just all
the puns. Yeah, all the ironing puns
Yeah.
and that was fun.
We love what we do, and so
Yeah.
we have fun with it.
Well, and now you'll be able to go and find. Now, if you're going to be in Hamilton the next few days, when is it? Today and tomorrow?
Yeah, today and tomorrow. So today it's at 2:30 in the main shop, I believe.
And today is Monday. So
Today
this
is
will be
Monday.
posted
Today's
on
Monday.
Tuesday,
That's
so you'll
true.
miss out on Mondays.
That's true.
Okay, so
And
so
again
Tuesday,
on Tuesday,
which is today, which you guys will see this today.
Tuesday morning, it will be 10 till 12. I
Okay.
think.
Okay.
All right.
And there's a lot of goodies over there too.
she always brings
understand.
really good
Yeah.
make takeaways.
Mhm.
I can't. My words are so. Oh.
Well, you're not used to having a guest, but thank you for having me, Jenny.
I
Thank
love
you
that you're
so
here.
much.
I
I'm
love
not
that
used to
you're here.
being a guest.
No, you did great. You did great, and I love that you're showing all your fabric, and I love that you did a thing on my iron collection. It just makes my heart so happy.
Thank you.
And that
It was a privilege. It
Yeah,
was
that
a privilege.
tutorial will be out this Friday. And anyway, we hope you guys have a wonderful day and a wonderful week, and we'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.